We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Princess Season 3. And yeah, so how you guys doing amidst this very, very, very long quarantine? That's what it feels like. It feels like forever. Yes, I'm coming to you guys. You know, Princess Season 3 is usually pre-recorded, but I don't know. I felt like it was socially responsible to, you know, come to my, you know, small viewership and really just, you know, be here and let you guys know, like, we all gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. You gonna be okay. Be lit. Like, so I just decided to, you know, do an episode, miss the quarantine, because I just felt like it was just responsible of me. I felt like, I wanted to talk about something relevant, considering, like, something so... what's the word? Like, something so big is happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because all my episodes are pre-recorded, when I come to you guys with a new episode, I'm not saying, I hope you guys are okay during the quarantine. Even though I probably could edit all of that stuff in and all that stuff. But, yeah, you know. And I feel like this is big. Like, if it was something cute, maybe I wouldn't have did it, but whatever. And since I'm home, you know, I'm in tune with what's going on in society and all these new shows and everything. So, yeah. What's up? How you guys doing? I got on a velour because I'm trying to be like quarantine trendy. Like, I feel like we wear sweatsuits in the house, we wear pajamas, like we keep it cute. Period. I didn't want to wear nothing flashy. This is a little flashy though. It looks real flashy with all my lighting on it too. But anyway, oh my god, my makeup. But anyway, if you guys seen the title, we're gonna talk about Black as Fuck, and we're gonna just talk about, you know, Black entertainment and television, basically, because, you know, I saw Black as Fuck on Netflix, or Black AF. Let's say Black AF, because I feel like I must be saying the F word too much. Like, I curse, but it's like F. But Black as AF on Netflix. It came out April 17th. So yeah, everybody's been talking about the show, so I'm kind of late to the party, and that's fine. My show comes out on Monday, so a new episode comes out every Monday. It's fine. I'm late to the party, but I can still chat. So if you guys don't know, a new show that was written and I'm pretty sure probably produced by Kenya Barris. Kenya Barris wrote what he's, to me, most popular for is Black-ish. But if you watch the show, I definitely did not know that he wrote Girls Trip. I did not know that. I thought that, what's his name wrote it? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'll probably write him somewhere in the what you call it, Will Packer. But I think Will Packer must have produced it, because it definitely says on his wiki that he definitely wrote it, and he also put it in the show, like some of the shows that he wrote. He's a Black writer. He wrote Blackish, Grownish, and what's the other one? Mixed-ish. I got some over here. He didn't write. He wrote Shaft, a show called The Witches, and he's also helping write Coming to America, the second one that's supposed to come out this year. I wonder if it's still gonna come out. He wrote Barbershop, The Next Cut, and he wrote this Astronomy Club, The Sketch Show. Oh no, oh yeah. Oh no, he didn't write that. Then what he do? He was the executive producer on it. Okay. So yeah, he's mostly a writer. He doesn't produce that much. He produced his own shows. Oh, he was an actor. Okay. Anyway, moving along. So he's contributed to, you know, Black television and, you know, movies and things of that nature. So when I found out there was a show called Black AF, number one, that's something I'm on tune with. I want to watch that. Then after that, I saw he was on the show. I don't know how I found out he was Kenya Barris, like the guy who wrote Blackish. But anyway, I found out he was the guy who wrote Blackish. So I was like, I like that show. Boom, bam, boom. Rashida Jones is in it. I'm an Office lover. Like, I watch that show all the time. I know some of the words word for word. Like, I could talk during the show and repeat what they say. Like, I genuinely love The Office. So I knew Rashida Jones. And we're going to jump into all of that. Or whatever. So, boom. So, let's talk about my opinion first about the show. I loved the show. I thought it was extremely funny. It was entertaining. It was different. What I really liked about it was that, how can I explain? It kind of like showed the life of a black family that you kind of don't see at all. And not in a sense of just their lifestyle, but in a sense of how they behave, right? So I was kind of feeling that. I was feeling the fashion. I was just feeling it. Like, I was feeling the vibe of the show. So a lot of things that I like about the show, everybody else freaking hated. So beginning of the show, yes, one of the things that he got flack for, which I noticed because I was like, whoa, was that he was very expressive with his kids, and they were expressive with him. So for instance, in one of the first episode, actually, and he got a lot of flack for this, he calls his daughter a dickhead. That's extreme, very extreme. And also, him and his daughter, in another episode, like, they called each other assholes, and it was just weird. But I kind of liked it. I have a strange sense of humor. Like, I kind of liked how he pulled it off. Like, even his personality as a father on the show, he was just like he had like a certain comedy to him. So it kind of blended well for me. And I liked it. And I think that's one of the issues when it comes to like the show with me, was that people didn't like it because they felt like it wasn't relatable to the black family. Who are you to say what's relatable to the average black family? Because you know what? I feel like everybody is stuck on this black family notion. I feel like it's 2020. I feel like all black families are mad different, especially now that our generation, like the millennials, are having kids. I even see differences in the way, you know, millennials deal with their kids than the way our parents dealt with us. And I just feel like times are so different now. Like, y'all not gonna have the black mother who said, do I have McDonald's money? Like, that joke is only funny on Instagram. Like, you're not gonna have those black mothers. You first of all, I remember growing up, if you beat your kid in public or whatever, yeah, it was a little distasteful, but we didn't give a fuck. Or if you curse out your kids, and it's like, you better stop fucking playing in here. Ah, la, la, la. You be like, oh, they got in trouble, but you wouldn't be like, oh my god, that mom is so abusive. You do that shit now. You see all these black mothers that's getting blasted on social media for like really yelling at their kids in public and beating their kids in public. Back then, that shit was so normalized, like. But now, looking at it, it's really unhealthy and it is toxic. When you see like a montage of that shit, you be like, damn, that shit is wild and toxic. But that's what I go to when I say that's not the average black family. Like, all black families are different now. I'm quite sure there are still some young parents who I don't know, who may feel comfortable yelling at their kids in public, or who may still feel comfortable beating their kids, or, you know, giving them a whipping. I don't know what y'all call it, or whatever the case may be. But a lot of things that used to go on back in the day ain't going on today. Let's be honest. That's number one. And a lot of moms and dads are really close with their parents on that level where they could curse in front of them or curse at them. A lot of people think that's a white thing. There's some, I've seen, you know, and heard some stories of some black kids really like blacking on their moms and pops and fighting and getting and rocking with them. Is it, you know, it's been done, you know? Do I think it was done in a relationship manner? Probably not. But it's done. And I think that's the problem with the black, I don't want to call it community, because I feel like it's like black Twitter who does this, and in the shady room is like, we kind of want to tell people how to do things and what to do and what is portrayed to the black family. For instance, like when I was even, you know, thinking about doing this episode, for me personally, even some things I can't relate to when it comes to black family jokes and things like that in the black family. Because number one, my father is African American, but my mother is West Indian. So I grew up more on a West Indian type of lifestyle. So there's some old school black songs I had no knowledge of when I was like in high school. I know all of them now because I've had African American friends. And let me be clear, I know I'm African American, but I'm just saying, somebody who's straight African American, who's not Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Senegalese, none of that, or Dominican, or whatever the case may be, they have a very different I wouldn't say very different upbringing, but in terms of how their parents speak to them, I would think it's different. Like, my mother would say stuff like, black parents would be like, oh, you want to be rude, you want to be grown. My mother used to say, oh, you think you're bright and out of order. You're too bright and out of order, which is bright and out of order, meaning you think you smart and you being out of control. Like, you're too bright and out of order. Like, things like that. Or I don't know, like, it's just different. Like, some of the things that some of the black parent jokes that I see on social media, I even can't relate to, but for some reason I know it because I've seen it. And I kind of had a collaboration of both, having an African American parent and a West Indian parent, but I was mostly with my mother, so my lifestyle is still in some ways different. A West Indian barbecue is different from a black barbecue. In some ways, you hear old school reggae music. I am in love with old school reggae music. I can listen to old school reggae music all day. Sanchez, Barris Hammond, you know, I love old school dancehall reggae. That's the type of music I grew up on. Can I get on board with old school black music? Before, I'm gonna be real 100 with y'all. When I was like maybe like 14, 15, maybe 13, a lot of like songs that, you know, my friends would play, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know some house music, but now I know it. You know what I'm saying? Some of the songs that's like real popular, you know, because even my mother would know. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I grew up around a West Indian family. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like barbecue sauce like that. Like, if you ask me to cook a dish for you, I'm probably gonna come with curry chicken or jerk chicken. I'm very good at making those two dishes. I'm very West Indian, though most people who meet me think I'm very American, because, you know, I grew up in America, and I still get called Jamaican sometimes because I don't speak patois fluently, which sounds mad funny saying I don't speak patois fluently, but I really don't. If I'm around somebody who speak it and they speaking it to me, they could get me in the vibe, but I can't just like go toe to toe with another Jamaican person or Guyanese, Trini. All of us speak mad differently, so I can never go toe to toe with a Guyanese, Trini person anyway. But yeah, maybe I could do a little bit with a Jamaican person and so forth. Don't mean to get into like West Indian politics, but it just goes to show that we all do really have different type of upbringings. Even when you see like some of the like memes with African Americans, we can't relate. We don't freaking know. Like, and that's the thing, is like, people, like, you ever see like an African meme? African parents appear to be very strict in a specific way, and different things that they do. We all do things so differently. And I understand that. Hold on, I need water. So yeah, I had to get water because my throat was dry. Anyway, so yeah, I think the black family is so different, so unique. Even though I don't know what people say, I don't know if y'all gonna be like, well, that's not, obviously a West Indian family is not a black family. I don't know how y'all portray things or whatever the case may be, but look, even at the end of the day, I've been around a lot of different black families. I have pretty much majority black friends, and all of them have different family lifestyles. All of us have very different family dynamics. I would definitely say that. Have I ever seen any of my friends like curse with their parents? Nah, I never seen that. But, you know, I mean, like I said, everything is just different. We're all different, and I feel like people are saying they don't like the show because they're creating a narrative of what the black family is supposed to be like and what we are like. Do you know every black family? You know what I'm saying? You don't. So I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that's one of the reasons why people hate the show. And I kind of don't like that people just like, what black family is this? So what is a black family to you? I think that being black is so diverse, so cultural, so like we have so many facets to us. Like, it's really hard to nail it to the T. Like, even sometimes when people do a show, right, you'll see like show, and some people be like, oh my god, that show was too ghetto and it is very disrespectful to the black race. But then it's like, if you do a show like Black AF, it's not black enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is specifically, how can you hit it on the nose? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there was shows like The Cosby Show, whatever. The Cosby Show kind of did it. Okay, back then, things were so different that people wanted to just see something like that on TV. They wanted to see a successful black family on TV going through as many struggles and facets. So I think that's why the Bill Cosby Show was so respected. And it was real. It was real. It was authentic. I don't know. What was it about the Cosby Show that really kind of like took people by storm? I think back then, just seeing like a really successful black family was just cool and things like that. I don't know. I don't really know what it was about the Cosby Show. I just think it was just the times. But what I really want to say is too is like, I just feel like being somebody who's a writer or director in black film or television, it's like you're always getting pulled left and right and left and right and left and right constantly, because it's like, if you do a show that's too black or too quote unquote ghetto, then it's a problem. Sometimes too, I feel like when the whole cast is, let's say, darker toned, or if they put someone in the show, well, let me say the whole cast is darker tone, right? And then the show was like real like, I don't like using this term, but I'm gonna use it because I'm black. I guess like really authentically black. Then people would say the show was ghetto, right? Now they made a show with a mixed cast, and they said the show wasn't black enough. Now let's jump into that topic. This is my thing with the politics of the mixing. Do I agree? I think he definitely missed the mark. And it took me time to realize that he definitely missed the mark calling the show Black AF and then having a mixed family. That's just me. Because when I think of, when you use AF at the end of anything, like you could say blue is AF, I would think it's going to be some blue shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you use the term AF, I'm going to perceive it as being black to its core, you know what I'm saying? But it was a show with a mixed family, you know, and, you know, the mother did look white. You can't name a show Black AF and not even just that the family was mixed. It was that, yes, in some ways, it didn't correlate with black culture, right? You don't see a majority of black families living in this lavish house in LA. The house was beautiful. Or you know, having a father that writes television shows. There's not even that much black writers in Hollywood. I probably could name 6 off the top of my dome. You know, certain stuff we just, all black people can't relate to. When I think of Black AF, you gonna have to give me a Black AF show. You feel me? You gonna have to give me something that shows in some ways the majority. Not that lifestyle is not even the minority of black people. That is probably like a, wait, what, 6-8%? And then to see a family, because a lot of these Hollywood families, they don't got their shit together with a mother and a father together. The kids got some sense, please. So I think he definitely missed the mark on that. Like, you missed the mark on that. I wish that he would have probably renamed the show like Black Family in Hollywood, LA Black Family. I don't know, a writer's family lifestyle inside the life of a black writer's family. I don't freaking know, but I think had he named the show a different title, this podcast episode probably wouldn't even exist. I think he really missed the mark on that, because you name your show Black AF and people gonna want a Black AF show, and that's just what it is. And he missed the mark on that, definitely. Like, you can't do that because it's confusing to the, you know, the watcher, the listener, whoever. It's confusing to the viewer. It's very confusing. Rashida Jones. Now, everybody was confused. As is this woman black? Who is she? Like I said, I watched The Office, so I already knew Rashida was half black, half white. Her father is Quincy Jones. I knew this off rip, because when I love a show, I dig deep into all the cast members and stuff like that. So whatever, I had established Rashida Jones was half black, half white. I think she did a real good job portraying her blackness, even though she looked kind of white. I felt the realness from it. I felt it. But apparently, people made a good point. They said Shorty been playing a white woman all her life, and now she want to be on a show called Black AF. So can you say he probably missed the mark on casting? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. You know, I like Rashida. I think she did a really good job as the mother. But once again, you missed the mark. You named the show Black AF. You picked a woman who looks really white. Even his wife is, I don't think, half black, but she still has African American features to me. His actual wife in real life. So I see where he was going. He was trying to make it more like his life. Like his cast, the way he casted the kids on the show looks exactly like his kids. Like, it's crazy. The wife, not so much. I think Rashida did a good job. She is an actor, but like I said, you know, it is what it is, homie. Like, it really is what it is. Like, it's just, the role wasn't for her. She did what she can, but you can't name a show that and then pull up with that. And like I said, the lifestyle, do all black families have the same characteristics? No, we do not. But do most black families have the characteristics of the family on Black AF? No. Right? So I get it. But I also do feel like how he named the show Black AF, and it was a black family, and it was just mad black, like, you know what I'm saying? I like mad black, but if it was just getting too real, you know how, like, on Instagram we got our little memes, on TikTok we got our little black jokes, but it's like our thing, but we don't want people in it and making a perception of how we are. Because when you have a platform, when you're able to have a show on NBC and Netflix, you gotta still be socially responsible, right? So yeah, we might do some black type stuff, right? I'm saying black, I'm black. I don't know why. After my first episode, I'm trying to always be politically correct. I can't be so politically correct. I am who I am. Any problems you have with me, you can send it down your throat. Because I can't. But you know how it's just like certain things we want to keep to ourselves. Like, yeah, we may do some ghetto rah-rah shit, but we don't need that on TV for the world to see. Like, we need it, but we don't. Like, if you want to do it, you got to do it in a real classy way. And it's kind of hard to do that. And I think that, you know, black writers have it rough. Because it's just like the Tyler Perry, right? When Tyler Perry was doing those movies, he was like, this portray ghetto black media, blah, blah, blah. But them Tyler Perry movies was amazing. Like, Tyler Perry broke records, box office records, just for making his, like, just for making his, like, Tyler Perry movies. He was, you know, he's very accomplished in movies. A lot of people may not know that. Because when I was in college, I had took a theater class around the time when Tyler Perry was really hot. And at the time, I don't remember what year it was, but at the time I was in theater class, Tyler Perry was it. Like, he was like one of the lead producers, writers in Hollywood amongst everybody. Not just black people, but white and black people at the time. At one point in time, a Tyler Perry movie was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ran the box office. Like, he got black people out to the theaters. Like, he really did. But then, out of nowhere, people started saying his movies were socially irresponsible because they felt it was too ghetto, too black, blase, portrayed specific stereotypes of black people, black men, black women, right? But y'all liked it at one point. You get what I'm saying? So it's like weird. Or the Dave Chappelle show. Great example. It's like the bigger you get, the more things you can and cannot do. I feel like the Dave Chappelle show. Black people love the Dave Chappelle show. But yeah, white people love it too, right? But black people, I love the Dave Chappelle show. I could watch Dave Chappelle show right now today, right? But when it got hot, when it got at its peak, then Chappelle lost it, Oprah lost it. Everybody said this show was irresponsible to black communities, right? But at one point we felt it was relatable. When it was underground, it was okay. But when things get big, it's not okay. And I feel like that's where all this stuff gets complex. And I think that us as black people, we need to figure out what it is and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that we want from these black writers? Like, they trying to do all that they can, because it's so rare you catch black writers. Even on the show, he had some black writers on the show. He had Lena Waithe, he had Issa Rae, Will Packer, what's her name? Ava DuVernay, and it was one more person, and I can't remember his name, and I'm so sorry. And that's really like all the people you really know when it comes to black writers. Like, let's keep it a buck. And Tyler Perry, he probably left out. Those are all the... I think they had Tyler Perry. He had Tyler Perry on the show. Oh my God. He definitely had him on the show. He went and did a visit with him. Oh, was that? Because I had watched the Black Lady sketch show too. I watched a couple of shows. I don't know, but I think Tyler Perry was on the show. Don't quote me. But either way, those are like some of the only black writers you could think of. And it's like, y'all pulling them left and right. Left and right, left and right, left and right. Like, y'all don't really know what I want. And that's when I want to get into also the mixed topic, right? So, number one, y'all gotta be careful what y'all say, because I do think that saying that, oh, you may name the show Black AF, but nobody in the show is black or dark skin, right? Fair observation, right? But y'all gotta realize y'all being kind of offensive to light skinned people too, because there's really some black people that's dead light skinned. Like, they're all black, like they straight African American, but they're light skinned. So it's kind of like offensive to light skinned people, number one. But we knew those kids were mixed, no problem. Do we even know if those kids are mixed, like in real life? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, through their lineage, there was a white person somewhere. But as of today, that person, father and mother, is African American, and they just so happen to be light skinned. So y'all gotta remember, y'all kind of offending a light skinned black community, and some of these light skinned black people go mad hard for the black community, like Amanda Seales, Sean King is his name, Sean King. That's another one who mad light skinned and go mad hard. It's a few light skinned people that go. What's the child name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Angela Rye, Ebony K. Williams. Like, they real life light skinned people, and they go mad hard. So you just got to be careful. I feel like the black community got to be careful with that. Number two, with mixed people, right? If you ask a mixed person, what are you? And they say white, y'all get mad, right? But if you ask a mixed person, what are you? And they say black, y'all still get mad. So what the fuck you want them to say? Like, you're not black, you're black and white. If they say they just white, you're not white, you're white and black. You're not even black, you're white. Like, it's just too much. Like, we gotta figure it out. Y'all too much. Now, like I said, you name a show Black AF, I need the whole lineage to be black. I can't have a mix of white. I can't have a mix of Hispanic. I can't have a mix of Asian. I need straight black blood flowing everywhere. Just black. You feel me? I agree with that. You feel me? That I agree with 100% across the board. But I do think that the reasons why we hate the show brings up other topics. And like I said, the mixed topic is very unfair, you know, to just be like, oh, the mother's not even black. Even though people got mad at Rashida Jones because not only because she's not technically black, but they got mad at her because she always playing the white card, but she want to be on a show called Black AF. Fine. Fine by me. Call out on her bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's things that need to be brought to the front table. And that's just my opinion on that with the mixed part, because I can't really speak too much to it, because I can't relate too much to, you know, the mixed lifestyle. Like, I don't even, it's amazing to me how much mixed people are on TV and stuff, because I don't even know that much mixed people like white and black. I don't even know a white and black person. Like, I really don't think I ever met one. Okay, I could be exaggerating, but I'm just saying, like, friends with, like, where are they? I said this in another episode, like, I rarely meet mixed people, so it is what it is. But you know, I could tell Kenya Barris was very, you know, he said he's not going to try to fill some quota. You got to understand, I think maybe he wanted a representation of his family on TV. But like I said, with me, I think he just missed the mark by what he named the show. Now, had he not named the show that, would we have watched it? If he would have named it like Black in LA, yeah, I would have watched it, because that's why I liked it. You know, I felt like all the characters did a good job. I thought everybody was funny. I thought the episodes were dope. I genuinely liked it. And that's the other thing I want to jump into too. Y'all letting social media tell y'all what to and to not like, right? So when I watched the show, I just watched it. I heard about it. Heard it was due Kenya Barris, produced Blackish. I saw Rashida Jones. I was like, boom, love it. Call Black AF, I'm watching it. Watched the show in its totality. Couldn't put it down like it was a book. And I liked it off rip. You know, I enjoyed the show. About 3 to 4 days later, I hear tea that the show was hated by Black Twitter and disliked in general. And it made me happy that I decided to watch the show without hearing about the show. Even though sometimes you can't avoid hearing about stuff. But, you know, it's like sometimes you can't avoid hearing about a show. If you're on social media all the time, you might find a link or feedback about a show without even wanting any feedback about the show in general. But I was just happy I watched it and I was able to gauge my own opinion without getting tangled up into social media and stuff like that. Because you know what? Can you sometimes get influenced by other people's opinion? Yeah. Had I heard about the Rashida Jones thing, I'd have been like, because I do agree with that. Like, she played a white card all the time. It would have probably turned me off towards just her behavior on the show, right? But because I wasn't easily, you know, some of the stuff that people said were right. I'll give them that, you know. And those things would have probably impacted how I felt about the show. I wouldn't have gave it a chance. And I think a lot of people do that. They kind of jump on a Twitter wave. Like, I was watching the Mark Twain Prize with Dave Chappelle. And I forgot her name, and I always remember her name. The white lady. That's mad white lady. Comedians. Alright, one of them said, oh, let me go on not Black Twitter, my bad. Let me not get her in no trouble, child. She said, let me go on Twitter and find out if I like what I'm watching. Basically making fun of like how Twitter is like the deciding factor if we like something. If you like something, like it. Don't let social media tell you what you should and should not like. Like, I know, and I'm seeing that too much. And it's really starting to irritate me. Not only in a sense of that people are not giving things a chance, but people are saying stuff based on social media and they don't have all their information. Because that has happened to me during this quarantine. And even with the like coronavirus and stuff, it's so much information everywhere that nobody knows what the truth is. But they're all getting information from social media. Nobody has facts. Nobody has receipts. So to me, you can't watch 15 minutes of an episode or 20 minutes of an episode or one episode and say you don't like a show. That's just my opinion. Now, you watch something in its totality and you tell me you hate it, sure. Now, I have been experienced where I watched a movie and it was just so boring or just so outlandish that I was just like, this is not me. And I think that is fair. If you watching something you like, this is dead ass whack, like, or it's just crazy. Like, I had watched the movie Sorry to Bother You. I ended up watching it to the end because the movie was so weird. I was like, it was with the boy Lakeith in it, and it had Amari Hardwick in it as well. The movie was so weird that I was like, this movie has to have a meaningful ending. That's how weird the movie was for me. So I decided to continue watching the movie, and the movie got progressively worse and creepy as I continued to watch the movie, and I was pissed that I watched that whole movie. So yes, I do understand how sometimes, yeah, you could watch something and just establish like, this ain't for me, or maybe something so distasteful. Maybe hearing a father call his daughter dickhead is just so distasteful, you just like click. But say that, you feel me? Don't say, like, I just feel like some people will watch Twitter and then they be like, yo, that show is mad whack. Why was the show whack? I just heard that shit was whack. The mother white, like da da da. Like, what are you talking about? You heard it was whack on Twitter? You heard it was whack on YouTube? You heard it was whack on Instagram? Or did you watch it yourself and establish it was whack? Because I even saw some tweets like, am I the only one who like Black as F? And I'm like, in my head, like, I get it. Some people like it, some people don't. And then there's really a group of people. And it's teaching me too, really, honestly. Like, this quarantine has really taught me that. Not from Black AF, but from the coronavirus in general. When I made episode 1 of season 3, so many people misinterpreted what I said. It wasn't even from episode 1. It was from, alright, I had got on to The Breakfast Club and I had stated my opinion. I won't say it on here because that's not what this episode is about. And so many people took a snippet of what I said, or they watched a little snippet of what I said on episode 1 and spin everything I said and turn me into like a Trump supporter. Now, let's jump into it. A lot of people are not privy to how social media works, to how YouTube works. So yes, is the title what's that word? I'm just like lost for words. Deceiving? Yes, it is. But that's because everything is deceiving on freaking YouTube. I'm clickbaity. I need clicks. I can be clickbaity sometimes. I want, you know, business to grow or whatever the case may be. But it's you as a viewer and as a listener to listen to the content. Because when you come to me with something, I'm going to come to you and tell you that was never said. You feel me? So I had a situation where somebody was telling me I said A, B, and C, and I had said none of it. So, and they were saying that this is going on in America, this is going on in America. And I came back to them with articles and receipts and definitions because what are you talking about? Y'all on social media. Look at me pointing. I wish I had my phone. Y'all on social media, y'all on the internet looking at stuff and don't really got your facts together. And I learned that from the beginning because this is a small tidbit, but I remember when they closed, you know, America down. They was like, oh, alternate parking is canceled. The next day I had went out and I saw the freaking people who give tickets out for the meters. They said all meters is canceled. But you see how social media is really clown-like? Or even Facebook. Facebook is the worst. I don't believe nothing on Facebook anyway, but like my aunt gonna send me a paper that said, oh, we going into martial law tomorrow, and it had like the National Guard thing on the back. Like, but why are people doing corny shit like that? And there's some people who really believe stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to really get informed. And if she try to call me misinformed, no honey, you're misinformed because you're listening to social media and you're not paying attention to the context. You're not listening to what's going on. You're not paying attention to the numbers. Y'all need to really have a mind of your own. If coronavirus didn't teach you that, because it definitely taught me that. Because there's so much information out here because of this thing is such a big thing. You don't know what to believe. And it's a virus. It's something that's health driven. So it's like anything could be true. Because none of us is really like knowledgeable on it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of us, you know, you see something on social media like that show is racist, that show is stupid, that show is dumb. And you didn't even watch it. And now you coming to me, let's say me, somebody who watched the whole show, you come to me and be like, yo, I heard Shorty said nigga or something with the hard R on the show, the Rashida chick. And I'm just like, who said that? That never happened on the show. Or they'll be like, oh, I heard it's got mixed people in it and they talking about black. Like, it really be crazy. And that's the other thing. People will read a tweet and make up what actually happened on the show or what actually happened in whatever. Y'all know people like that. Like, they'll read, they'll watch a snippet, right? On YouTube, like, oh, okay, so this is the beef, this is the tea. What I heard was basically Shorty said something funny, like, No, you need to get your facts straight. And I understand 100% that it's very hard to watch stuff in its totality. But if you're gonna do that, don't speak so thoroughly on it. Just say, look, I watched episode 1 and this is what I grasped from it. I didn't like it because A, B, C, and D. Have your facts straight. Am I perfect? Hell no. I'm just getting hip to this. I'll be honest. At the age of 28, going on 29, I am having to be a fact checker. Especially because I have a podcast now. I'm learning. I got to watch what I say and know what I'm saying. and I might sometimes mess up. And also, I don't jump on things too quickly anyway, because I honestly don't always agree with things. I really don't always agree with things. So I don't jump on it until I have full information. There's certain topics I don't even touch, because I feel like I always need full information before I even jump on that topic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I just felt like that's my only thing with social media. Is like, I feel like it's like the end all be all. Like, once somebody say they don't like it, if the majority of Black Twitter doesn't like a show or a fashion line or a celebrity, everybody hates it. You know what I'm saying? And I also think, now it's turning into a different topic, but that's fine. It's quarantine. Social media is really has a tendency to try to really bully celebrities and stuff like that. And, you know, I pray for them, because I could tell a lot of them make a lot of decisions based off of what social media tells them, which I kind of get. But I could see how it might impact their pockets by listening to social media. But then again, it's like, if you don't listen, it still might impact your pockets, because people still might not fuck with you. So it's like, it's a weird tug of war. But yeah, that was my thing. I feel like once Black Twitter went in on them, it just put the knife in the gut. Like, it just dug it deep with Black AF. I think, like I said, the show is dope. I definitely don't think he gonna get a season 2, because if he get a season 2, honey, child, I'll be very, very surprised. A lot of people said it was like Blackish. I could see that. It gave me Blackish vibes, but all that cursing at your parents stuff, I don't think they would do that. They can't do that on NBC, honey. Like, it gave me The Father to me, Kenya Barris and Anthony Henderson. And I'm really doing good with my celebs, because I usually don't remember people's names. Anthony Anderson. They both have really good jobs, but being a writer, I feel like, is for like big movies, and being a marketing person is very different. Their fashion, the style, I could definitely see the two collaborations. But his fathering style, Kenya Barris, on his show is different to me from Anthony Anderson's. Very different, I would say. The mother is different, very different. Rainbow is she's very like playful. She's way more in touch with her white side than Rashida Jones is in her character. So I see some differences. I think they do touch closely with the kids on the show on Black AF than they do on Blackish. I feel like it's mostly the parents that are kind of like you kind of, I don't know, like it's differences, but it is a huge similarity. Like, if Kenya Barris wasn't the father, you would know he produced both of the shows. But yeah, that was just my spiel on the show, or whatever the case may be. Short episode. And like I said, I hope you guys are doing amazing during this quarantine. We gonna get through this. We are a strong country. I'm stressed out. I don't know how you feeling. We gonna get through this. Keep watching every Monday. Check all the links in the description box below. Share this with a friend. If you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, share the link. Keep watching every Monday. At this point, you never know what might come your way, because I'm just making episodes at this point, because it's keeping me grounded. I'm not at work. I'm home every single day. Literally every single day. So yes, it is Sunday. It's about to be 10 o'clock, so I have to watch Insecure, HBO. And yeah, I will see you guys next week, Monday.